The story goes on. Last and final achievement guide. Fourth one out of the fourth that I've done. Shit. Anyway, in this one I'm going to be showing you how to get all the map pieces and the story goes on, and there's 6 of them. The 6 achievements that are going to be listed are: That was a big spider, Wild Ride, The Eye of the Beholder, The Good Idea, That Put a Spin on Things, and Be Scared. So the first one is a spider room dungeon where you go up into the temple and there should be a spider web right about there. Just fling the torch right into it, burn the spider web, and continue on your way through the dungeon. The dungeons are not RNG generated, so they are scripted and mapped out the way they're supposed to be. So it won't change every time you go in there. It's going to be the same. It's going to be constant, or at least it should be, based on how many times I've replayed it. So just complete the dungeon as you normally do. There's a lantern, which is very, very helpful. Even as a weapon, I highly recommend it. You can burn through all the cobweb with the lantern torch thingamabobber thing. Go up some of the stairs, and then you'll be on some spider web. You'll be above the map on this area. Now, you kind of want to pay attention to this while you're above the map, because you will have to escape the map, but you're not timed on it. I kind of, again, ran into this on accident. There's the mother spider. Defeat the mother spider. And in the map that you were just walking above, you have to reverse your path to get out of the map. And while the whole temple's being destroyed, you won't take damage, but the enemies will. And you're not being timed. So I guess this is just a cool sequence for you to get out of the cave thinking you're gonna get hurt, but you're not. And then once you're done, the spiders will escape the world, the temple will be destroyed, and there you go, the first page. Look at that. Beautiful. Level 1 on the bottom left completed. I'm not arranging these in any order from what the achievements are that you get them. I'm just arranging these in the order that I unlocked them and how I found them. That was a big spider. Obtain the forest page for 50 gaming score. He'll also be telling you the way to get all the pages by redoing the levels to get to the end, quote unquote end. Since the end is basically where you are in space and able to chapter or level select one of the 6 levels so you can replay again and again. But the end is actually where you get all of the pages. We're going into the level 2, which is the snowy, icy area. For this one, you'll get the forest page Wild Ride. Just ignore me burning all the trees. I thought it was really fun to have that as a mechanic in the game. Burning the trees don't give you anything. Sadly. I wish they did. Eventually, in the snow icy biome, you'll be able to see a yin-yang symbol on the wall. You will come back to that. Just remember what area that is on the map, and you have to revisit it in a couple seconds. Because you're going to have to find a room where there's a koi pond. And if you watched the last video, the koi pond is where you can find Gambit the Ninja. But this time, I'm going to be using this koi pond to be going through that secret area with the yin-yang symbol on the wall. So hitting the fish, either the white fish or the black fish, to where they're equal in power, will give you this trippy kind of state that you'll be in. It'll hurt your eyes for a bit, don't worry. Just go back to the yin-yang symbol, smack the fish around, and you'll travel in between dimensions. And each dimension gives you a different path. I'm just setting fire to the trees because I thought it was fun. There's really no reason to do it other than if you want to, go for it. I was just doing it to keep track of where I was, where I've been, where I haven't been. And I believe along the way, you'll come across torches that are on fire, and as you pass by each torch, they'll stop being lit up. So I'm guessing that's telling you you're going the correct way, but I never really paid attention to it. I was mostly focusing on burning all the trees because I thought it was fun. Mainly, you want to try to go to the top right of the map. I think that's where you come across the main exit. There you go. You find the icy cave. And now here's another puzzle. You have to bring this bling cart to the other side where that normal stationary cart is. It'll kind of take you a while to figure out what you got to do, where you got to go. But basically, you go to the bling cart, flip the switch, go back to the bling cart, go to the other mine cart, flip the switch, go back to the bling cart, go up all the way to the top, flip the switch again, and then launch yourself on the footpad to go back to the normal cart and get the normal cart out of the way and get the bling cart. While you're on the bling cart, you'll be escaping the area and you'll get the other page for the snow biome. There's a second floor page. A wild ride for 50 gaming score. Obtain the snow page. So now you just hop back into the portal to continue your mission, and then you'll be done. Ooh, here's the good one, the Eye of the Beholder. While you're in the spooky forest, eventually you'll come across Ivan's mailbox. And with Ivan's mailbox, you'll be able to unlock this mansion kind of thing. You have to find Ivan's letter. And you can die as many times as you need to, switch characters if you need to, it doesn't matter, as long as you reach the spooky forest, which I believe is the 3rd area of the game, or the 4th or something like that. All you gotta do is just try to find Ivan's mailbox by pure luck, and then find Ivan the eyeball. So you see there, I died, it doesn't really matter, because I can just get there with a different character. This time I'm playing as Aiden. Just go through the ghost puzzle map again, and then you'll get one of the collectibles, Going Ghost, on the top left-ish of the map. Just go along the map as you normally would. Go to Ivan the Eye, and then he'll start making puns. You fight him. Be careful with his eyeballs. They'll sometimes track you. Luckily, in this run, I was able to get a contract where I sold my soul to the devil, so my money was my health. My 4,000 money was my 4,000 red health. And that saved my ass. Sell your soul to the devil. That is the greatest thing you can do. This is the 5th level. My bad. This is the 5th level. Yeah, the spooky forest page. There you go. Again, I'm not doing these in order of achievement. I'm just doing this in order of how I unlock them. Finish the map, and then we'll continue to the next one, which is called The Good Idea. But now you're in the snowy desert. Obviously, there's snow. Now you're in the sandy desert. Good job, Kevin. And in the sand desert, on the top of the screen of one of the areas, there's going to be a lot of sand that disappear. Go into the sandy area. Look around for a little bit until you're at the center of the map-ish, and you'll come across a sword stuck in the ground. Then a horde of enemies will come across you. The sword will lift up, collecting all the souls, slam down, split you into another dimension again, and this time you're in the draft of the editor. This took me a while to figure out, but you have to connect these lines of electricity together in order to get past the next area full of cloud and smoke. Don't go into the clouds. You will die and lose health. I had to do this about 3 times, I believe, because I'm an idiot. The Scarecrow will kind of hint at you that you would make a sidekick, that this is the editor's scrapped ideas, so if you can't clear the fog, why not make a character that can clear the fog? And you also can't name him anything. They'll purposely make you name him a stupid name, and it got me so mad. So, my friend Bleft here, my friend Bleft, he's gonna be helping me clear the fog, which is bull, because I wanted to name him something else, but you just smash any button on your controller and it'll tell you to confirm any name. They purposely do that for this little joke right here. This really shows off your creative side. So, since I'm keeping the contract with the devil by selling my soul, since my money is my currency and my health is also my currency, any type of enemy that I kill gives me health, and any type of hearts that I pick up also give me health and money. Which is really, really good, because you'll get thousands upon thousands of coins, and this will also get you that other achievement, a little banker, to save 5,000 coins. So if you ever run into the sell your soul to the devil, keep that, and try to play through the game over and over again with that on, because you will face a lot of bosses that are really hard, and I highly recommend you keep that perk. Also, Lord Peckertron, in the other video that I showed you, he destroys every single room. So as long as you have the contract and Lord Peckertron, you will be set. Those are the 2 best things in this game that you could have at the same time. So now Bleft is going to summon the very bad idea. And immediately you want to run to the right, not the left, because the fog is going to kill you. So try to run away from the very bad idea's beams coming out from his mouth and his mustache. Beware the mustache. It is too sexy for you to handle, so it will hurt you. All the way to the right of the screen, your friend will be able to disable the very bad idea for a little bit, giving you a chance to get a couple hits on him. Then you want to run all the way back to the left side of the screen again, bounce back and forth about 3 or 4 times at most to get rid of the very bad idea. You just need to have your little friend with you. Your friend does not take damage. Lord Peckertron, nor does my Bleft little ghost, take damage at all. So he will shine red, but he doesn't take damage. Don't worry about him. You can even use him as a distraction, which is the good part. Alright, so this is the second wave. Now you gotta run all the way back to the right again. Get your little familiar friend onto the platform to stun him. Avoiding all the sexy mustaches, because they're too sexy for you to handle. Avoid all the tri-beams that he shoots out of his mouth. And then attack the very bad idea. Kill it! Kill it with fire! And you're done. And then the mustache will just kind of grab you and take you away like if it's Galaga. I don't think anyone knows that game. I'm probably too old. So now you just can. There's nothing else after this. You just continue on your way through this path, and you'll run into the page. But there you go. So far, those are all the pages we've gotten. The achievement did not pop on screen, but you will unlock it. It's called The Good Idea. I don't know why the achievement doesn't pop. Even after a while playing the game, it never popped for me, but it did unlock in my achievements list. Sadly, you cannot pick up the sword either. That would have been a pretty nice perk to pick up the sword, but sadly you cannot. Now the next area, that put a spin on things. This one is gonna be a little bit interesting. So in this area, you'll come across this blackish kind of green outline little area, and there's gonna be Mr. Krabs chasing after you, and then there's a white face. You gotta bring that little enemy to chase you until it runs into the engines at the top. And that's how you activate the little face to open its mouth hole so you can go into its mouth. Again, I had the contract with me, so if I had normal hearts, I would have taken a lot more damage compared to earlier where I had 8,000 monies. Now I have 6,000 monies. So before I go into the hole, you see me run around all the map again to kill more enemies, collect money, collect hearts, whatever. So from 6,000, I'm getting 7,000 and more monies just so I can have extra life for the boss. I'm telling you, this contract with the devil really helps you. It is a very, very good perk for all the bosses, dungeons, pages, anything. Lord Peckatron and this contract are the two of the best things you could have. So now that I got 9,000 health and money, I went into the mouth to start this level. To get that put a spin on things. There's going to be a little bit of a Simon Says color code thing in the middle of the map. Each of the colors represents each of the characters. So I start with Gambit because I wanted to end the mission with Aiden. And so I'm using Gambit currently to go through all the missions. I'll eventually switch to, I believe, Foster, then Sprout, the female character, and then I'll finish off the level with Aiden. I don't believe there needs to be a specific order for each character, but I want to face the boss with as my final character. So there we go. I did that room with the ninja. I led Mr. Krabs back into the rotating gears, and now you can see that the purple beam is kind of freaking out a bit. Switch to your next character. Do the same thing again. Fight two bosses at the same time. This time you got the devil and the Caterpillar. Go through all the enemies, finish the room, and try to have that guy slam into the engines until you open the door again. And right now I have 10,000 health, which is much better than 3 hearts. That contract is just amazing. I can't even describe it. It's beautiful. So now we're going to be doing green. We're doing Sprout, going to the machine, killing all the enemies again. And there we go. He's unlocking the door for Little Miss Sprout. So 3 out of the 4 colors are done. Now all we got to do is get to Aiden, which is the character I personally like the most. I feel like it has the most damage with the most agility. And also, it has a grappling hook. Legend of Zelda-esque, alright? A little Link to the Past memorabilia. He's a pretty cool character. I do like him a lot. So now I'll get Mr. Krabs to run to the gears again, and you'll be done. All 4 of those colors should be vibrating nice and thoroughly. And eventually all the surrounding areas of the map will pop and erase for some reason, and there will be a bright light. And in that light, you will find the almighty boss, Discourse. My little friend Bleft was already shooting at Discourse before the fight started, and since my little friend was shooting him, I figured to slash my sword as he was spawning, and apparently doing that, you can get his health down to about 1/3 of his health. So immediately when you spawn Discord, I highly recommend you just keep slashing the shit out of him. And there goes my 11,000 health, draining all the way down. 8,000, 7,000, 6,000, 5,000, and so on. On the very bottom of the screen, you can kind of get a little glimpse of the map piece that you catch. And the achievement did not pop again for me. So this is what got me upset during my live stream, because I thought I lost everything. And I did. I lost my contract, which really helped me. But at the very bottom of the screen, you could see that it popped the 5th map piece out of the 6. So you're supposed to die when you get to Discourse. That's a spoiler alert. Now, I did lose my deal with the devil, which really sucks, but it does count. When you go all the way to the bottom, there is Discourse counted as a boss you had defeated. You're supposed to die. That's part of the game, but I didn't notice that until the developers told me, hey, this is what's supposed to happen. And I was like, oh, that makes more sense. But still, I wanted to cry because I lost the contract, and the contract was such a beautiful thing to have. I hate you so much, but I understand why you did it. So I ended the live stream there because I thought, I lost everything. That's the end of the game. Alright, I'll just do the grinding offline. But offline, while I continued my grind, I clicked Aiden to continue the game, and you fight the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow gets really pissed, and he starts chasing you through all of the level pages that you just collected. And he just wants you to die. He's chasing you, you run for your life. Your friend Blext shows up, or my friend Bleft, shows up for a little bit to defend you. You're going through all the levels you just did, and you gotta fight the Scarecrow. You have to, with the lowest health possible, no upgrades. But during your fight with the Scarecrow, there will be upgrades scattering around the map randomly, and you have to run to each of those. It doesn't matter how many times you died, because it will checkpoint you to where you are with the Scarecrow. This was the biggest twist of the game. After you fight Discourse, this is the final boss. This is Scarecrow. This is the area of the map where you'll get random upgrades. You have to kind of just pay attention to the balls floating around the screen that they don't hit you. Pay attention to the enemies that are spawning near you that they don't hit you. And then pay attention to the Scarecrow who is shooting at you. And then pay attention to around the map where all the upgrades are spawning. You collect as much as you can, grab anything and everything that you can, and try to attack this Scarecrow. 3 hours later, and that achievement popped. Look at that. Yeah, I kept dying a lot. This is not an easy boss, especially since you don't have your contract, and again, you're supposed to die anyway while you fight Discourse, so that you have to fight Scarecrow from the very beginning of all your perks to you have to pick up perks along the way and dodge everything while you fight. Really, really good boss battle. I love this game. Very beautiful, very simple looking. I looked a little bit at their history of Scarecrow Arts, making the game since 2014, I believe. Man, has it really changed. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the game. I'm actually disappointed a lot of people hated the game because of the simple look to it. But it's kind of classic. It reminds you of, you know, again, Legend of Zelda or all those dungeon type games. It's more of a classic kind of thing. Not every single game nowadays has to be updated to the maximum amount of graphics as possible. But I love the game. It makes sense that it's like a little story cartoon drawing with a crayon looking thing. And I finally beat Scarecrow. There you go. Bye-bye, a bitch. And you obtained the final page by killing Scarecrow. Be scared for 100 gaming score. Obtain the final page. I know it's gamer score, but I slipped my tongue earlier saying gaming score, so now I'm just rolling with it. There you go, that's the end of the game. That should be all the pages ever. I highly recommend getting. The story goes on. It is a very beautiful game, simple game. You're able to play the game repeatedly and die without caring too much about losing certain perks because it's so easy to get back to where you were. Compared to a lot of games today, like Fortnite, which requires a lot of grinding for such little progress, this game, again, you are grinding, yes, and you are replaying maps, yes, but you don't have to work as hard, and the combat system is so fluent and simple, and it just feels right for the game. I love the design, I love the combat, everything about this game was absolutely amazing, especially the music and the person who composed the music. That's amazing. So I'm leaving the credits in the video to give credit and thanks to all the people on the team who had played the game, all the people on the team who made the game, all the people on the team who contributed to the game, everything. This game is really good. I highly recommend it. And for $8, this may not be a game for a lot of people, like casual people, but it is a really, really good game nonetheless. So yeah, thanks for watching. Again, have a great day, be safe, and I'll see you next time.